This is Music with Mason here. I'm currently at the Raccoon Motel interviewing the headliner for tonight, Tummyache. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Thank
now
you.
that we're alive
Right,
from yesterday.
The tornadoes and
Yes,
stuff
our
like that.
tornado experience.
Mm-hmm.
Very American experience.
Very Iowan Midwestern experience.
Yeah.
We get tons of those.
I forgot spring is literally tornado season. So
Yeah.
not the best time to plan a tour through the Midwest.
Right.
But we made it. Safe and sound.
So, Tummyache, you guys are based out of the UK, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You guys travel to the States and back to the UK, do shows all the time. It's really cool. And you just came from Jackson, Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
How was the drive from there? I know the tornadoes, but
Yeah,
other than that, how was it?
It was pretty far. I regret planning them so close together.
Yeah.
But, we made it all together through it as a team.
Yeah.
It was quite a good bonding experience.
We went to the Bass Pro Shops and
Yeah.
We
then,
went to the Bass Pro Shops in
Yeah.
Memphis. That was fun. Had a Wahlburger.
but today's effort, we got 10 gigs in a row from
Yeah.
today.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
today is
gonna be-
1 of 10 in
And
a
then
row.
you got to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Milwaukee's tomorrow. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And our rental car is smaller than we expected.
Oh, yeah?
So we were waiting for one of those bags that you can put your storage in on the car, and then you can tow the car without or tow the storage without a roof rack.
Yeah.
But it was meant to arrive yesterday and it didn't. So hopefully it arrives because it was meant to come to Davenport.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then that means we have to leave it behind because we have to go to Milwaukee tomorrow. So
Yeah, it's
always something exciting.
Exactly. That's the journey of it.
Mm.
But this is actually not your first time at the Raccoon Motel, right?
It's my first time in the new location.
The new location,
And
but
it's really cool.
you played by yourself in 2017, right?
Yeah, I played in Davenport a few times. I played the Day Trotter Festival.
Yeah.
I think in 2016, and then I played maybe the old Raccoon Motel. We were trying to figure it out because Linus has also played the old Raccoon Motel.
Yeah?
With a different band.
Yeah, I played it playing bass for Jade Bird. But
Oh,
it's the old
yeah.
one. That was in 2018.
Yeah, and I think mine was near that as well. So.
What are some of the differences you see between the old location and this one?
Well, this one's much bigger and
Yeah.
it's really cool. And it's also got the accommodation and everything. That's so nice. The old one did have a vibe though. It had a nice vibe. I haven't seen the Polaroids in this one yet.
No.
I don't know if they're here, but
Right.
they used to have all the Polaroids of everyone hanging up that played there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and Stop, Drop, and Roll comes out on May 8th,
yes.
which is we're super excited for. Yeah.
Has that been announced?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so
You don't know.
I know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in the UK, I've never interviewed someone from the UK before, so this is the first.
Oh, nice.
So what are some of the things comparing to the UK, comparing to here in American venues? Like,
Yeah.
what are some differences you see?
Ooh. You want to take that one since you're actually from the UK, or do you want me to?
The venues.
Or just the
Yeah,
experience?
I think the crowds here are more vocal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People will
They go for it.
will whoop more if
Yeah.
something happens that they like, or they'll
Yeah.
just talk back to
Do
you.
you have
more.
mosh pits up there in the UK?
Yeah.
Are they as crazy as the ones over here?
It's hard to
What do you
say.
reckon?
I think it's more specific to hardcore.
Yes,
and stuff.
exactly.
There is a big hardcore scene in the UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess people are just more vocal in the sense that they talk to you a bit more. Even just after the gig and stuff, they'll talk to you, and everyone's really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know, no one's trying to be too cool for school or anything. I feel like.
Yep.
So yeah.
No complaints so far.
No, not yet.
A few, but not major.
I mean, there's just some drunk people, but
that's
just how it is.
That's how it is over
There's
here.
still been really nice drunk people. So
Yeah.
there have been no mean drunk people.
So one of your first tours was with a band called Broken Baby.
Oh yeah.
Who was that? Who was Broken Baby?
They used to run the label that I released one of the first Tummyache releases under.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a project together as well called Broken Baby. So when I signed smash. When I did the release with them, we did like a tour to celebrate, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what about the Bums?
The Bums?
Do you remember a band called The Bums?
Probably. I don't. That's probably bad.
Wait. Oh, no, I think it was something else.
Did I tour with them recently?
Maybe.
I don't think I did.
I think you did.
I did? Oh my god.
We'll come back to
That's
it.
how much touring I've done.
We'll come back to it, but which music video out of all the ones you've made so far took you the longest?
Ooh.
And which one was like the easiest one to make?
Okay, interesting.
Well, we know which one was the hardest one to make.
Which one?
Circling the Drain.
Oh, yeah. That was the longest, maybe, because it was just terrifying. We basically got cut off by the tide while filming. And we got separated from the beach, basically, so we couldn't get back to the beach. And we had to call the Coast Guard, and it was a whole thing. So that was probably the longest because we had to wait for the Coast Guard to come get everyone.
Right.
And we were really scared, and we didn't know if we were going to finish the video. And then I guess the fastest one and the most... We just filmed one for a new song that's coming out after Stop, Drop, Roll called Happy Birthday.
Oh, yeah?
And we basically just, like, did a fake birthday party at Bianca, our lead guitarist's flat in London. So that was really fun, and it was easy, because it was just, like, all our friends came, and we just pretended we were having a birthday party, basically.
That sounds pretty fun and easy.
It was very DIY.
Yeah.
It was fun, yeah.
Speaking of DIY, that was one of the first things that came when it come to Tummyache was DIY, right?
Yeah, the song.
Yeah, DIY.
Yeah, that was kind of the first... Yeah, that's the first song on the first full-length album. And, yeah, I guess Tummyache, because of the way it was inceptioned, that's not a word, was born, I guess, was because I had been doing solo music, and then when I got dropped from the label I was on, like 10 years ago, I started doing Tummyache out of that, and so then I just started doing everything more by that ethos, and that's kind of why that song was the first song on the first album, basically.
Right.
Just my experience in the scene and stuff.
So outside of doing this band, you do DJ stuff?
Oh, yeah, I haven't in a long time.
Yeah. What is Digital Trash?
Digital Trash was my old, like, night in New York, basically.
Yeah?
I used to just have every Tuesday, I had, like, a DJ night in New York, basically.
Yeah.
And I would book bands and DJs.
Was it your project called Digital Trash?
Yeah, that's just what I called, like, the night. That was, like, my night, I
never
guess.
knew that.
Every
Cool.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Who's Freddie
Who's Freddie?
McGregor?
Oh, my gosh. That was our very first drummer in the UK.
Yeah?
Yeah. But he only played with us for a bit,
But yeah, you'll see him in the DIY music
You'll see him
video.
in the DIY music video. Yeah.
All right.
I love him so much, but he moved out of London, so then we had to find another drummer, basically.
What was the Vlad holiday party?
Party?
Vlad holiday party.
Well, we know who Vlad Holiday is.
Yeah, we both know Vlad now.
Yeah, well, yeah, randomly, yeah. I just did a tour with playing bass with Declan McKenna, and Vlad Holiday was the support
He was the
act.
support act.
But separately, he's a friend of Soren's.
Yeah.
Well, who is he?
He's just an artist called Vlad
He's an
Holiday.
artist.
Yeah?
He
Yeah,
does-
What does he do?
he does sort of like rock, sort of indie rock. It's really
Yeah.
good.
He lives in Nashville now, but he was living
does he live
in
in
New
Nashville
York
now?
when you knew him. I
Yeah,
think.
he lived in New York when I knew him. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know he lived in Nashville. We should invite him to our Nashville gig.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just someone I've known for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
and you were on the same label as him,
We were
weren't
on the
you?
same label, yeah, for a while. Yeah.
So was your song on MTV?
On Finding Carter, yeah, it was on one.
Forever's Not Enough?
Yeah, from my old project.
How did they reach out to you to get it?
At the time, I think I just had sort of like sync set up through the label I was on, and they were able to like pitch it to shows. And
So, yeah, well, you've been on national television a lot, like, and radio stations and the morning news as well.
Oh yeah, that's so old. Yeah, you did your research.
Yeah.
You're teaching me things about
Yeah.
So just an off-topic question was, when you fly back and forth from the UK, how often do you go to airports when you travel?
I mean, we were in a lot of airports even just to come here, I guess. We had a really long layover in Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite often, I would say. I mean, when we tour in the UK, luckily we can just drive, which is nice.
Yeah.
And we're driving here, which is nice. So once we're actually in the country, we can just drive everywhere. But or sometimes we'll take trains.
Do you have a rental car? You have a rental car now.
Yeah, we rented a car, yeah.
So after Milwaukee, where do you go?
We're going to Madison.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that going to be good?
I
you
think
think?
so. We're playing Cactus Club, which seems really cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it seems like a cool venue.
Who was Mikey J?
Mikey J. I think that was just someone I knew in LA
Yeah.
for a while. Back when I was doing solo music.
And yeah.
He ran like, he would run these really cool events that were like for showcasing new artists and stuff.
And
So-
Nick Krensnick.
Yeah, I think it was the two of them, and they would give out awards and stuff to like young artists. It was really nice.
And you also worked with David Kahn, right?
Yeah, that was like my very first like music.
And he worked with a lot of people, didn't he?
Yeah, he did like Regina Spektor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was really nice. He let me like stay at his, and it was really nice.
So a venue that always appears on your social media is the East Room.
Yeah.
What is the East Room?
Well, the East Room is a venue in Nashville.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's even there anymore, to be fair. It's been a while since I was last there, so. I did play there a lot, though, when I lived in Nashville, so.
Yeah. Do you still do lessons with Linus?
Yeah, I am teaching a little bit. Yeah. I've got one double bass student in Totnes near where we live. Double bass.
Yeah. Do you do an over computer or in person, or how do you do them?
In person.
In person?
Yeah. I've done a few like one-off lessons online, but yeah.
Yeah. What's the Isle of Wight festival?
That's quite a big festival in the UK.
Yeah.
On the Isle of Wight. Yeah, I played there 1 year.
Back in 2015.
There you go.
Nice, so far.
Almost, pretty much 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
it's your
true.
10-year
Yeah.
anniversary. It's like an island off of the UK, basically.
Yeah.
So who's Luke?
Luke is one of my best friends. I started playing bass because I met him. I'd already was thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
And he was like he was writing songs. He said, "If you stop playing bass, you can be in my band."
And
And then fast forward to a bit later on, and we played the Raccoon Motel together, the old one with Joe Bird.
Yeah.
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 But when you two started out, you had a song together, right?
Yeah, we had a whole band called The Void. Yeah. And he puts music out now under the name Lucky Kilmartin.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah.
So your song "Evening Meal" was made in your bedroom?
Yes. Yeah. That's the album that I just kind of finished up. Is the first album I made.
Can you describe like your daily routine when it comes to making music along with your ordinary life? Like when it came to making that song, what was the process like? Like what was it like?
Well, yeah. So Evening Meal is the name of the album.
It's the name. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I didn't. I got it mixed up.
But I made that. I sort of because I'm usually playing bass for other people. That was just when the first lockdown happened. I decided to just use the newfound free time to start recording all the music I'd been making, and that was around about the same time that me and Soren started talking to each other online as well. And then I started recording bass for Soak, the first Tummyache album, at that same time period.
Yeah. Well, who's Lane?
Lane Putnam.
Yeah.
She was my friend who I used to live with in LA, and I think she now plays guitar for Melanie Martinez, but we just were friends. So.
Melanie Martinez?
Yeah, she's her guitarist now.
Really?
Yeah, but we were just friends. We toured together a lot. She used to have her own music. I think she still does, but we would tour like with her project and my project together a lot because we were just friends in LA.
Who's Oliver?
Which one?
There's a lot of Olivers, aren't there?
The photographer?
Yes.
He's just someone I knew in Nashville that took photos.
And he
of us
took
a
photos
lot.
for you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzgerald. Oliver Fitzgerald.
What can you say about Royal Welsh College?
That's where I studied jazz bass for 4 years.
Yeah.
I had a good time there. Studied with some great people. Played a lot of music. Yeah, learned a lot.
Yeah. And you also went to a college in the UK.
Yes.
You went to St. George.
Yeah, it's called St. George now. It was called City University when I went there.
Really?
Yeah, and they changed it really recently.
You and Bianca graduated from there.
Yeah, we went there together. Yeah. And now she works there still, which is cool. She works in the
What was your diploma? Like, what was your major?
Technically music, sound, and technology, but it's like an audio engineering degree.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arthur.
Yeah, he's in the...
Yeah.
I think he's just still waking up, sort of things. I asked him if he wanted to be in, he was like, no. I want to know what you have to say about Arthur, though.
Was he he was in a band called Negative Measures?
Yeah, I think for a very long time. Yeah. And he just stopped. When we met him, they just split up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was serendipitous.
It was just perfect, great timing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, in the future for Tummyache, what are some things we can see? Like, are there going to be more concerts? Obviously there are, but will there be more music? Obviously there will be.
Yeah.
But what else can we see?
Well, our third album comes out in August.
Yeah.
It's called Fake New. And sounds like Arthur's starting. And Stop Drop Roll comes out May 8th.
Yeah.
And we'll have like a video with that and a video for the next couple singles as well. And while we're in America on this tour, we've got lovely Leia and Joanne making a documentary about our experience in D.I.Y music in America. So then that documentary will be coming at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a set date, but yeah. So that's all very exciting stuff, I guess.
Yeah. If you could say a few words to musicians who want to be in your shoes right now and just go to shows and play and do whatever they want, what would you tell them?
I think just don't give up and just keep doing what you want to do, and don't try to be too influenced by like the media and social media and technology, and just try to like find what you like playing and just keep going basically. And sometimes the path is like so confusing and it doesn't make any sense at all until you're actually on the other side of it. So I think just it might feel really discouraging at times, but I think just never giving up is kind of the best way to just like, because if you give up, then it's just like you won't have the chance. But if you just keep trying, then you at least are giving yourself the chance to do something else.
Exactly. Be passionate for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you guys are on your way to Madison. No, you guys are on your way to Milwaukee,
Milwaukee tomorrow, yeah.
then Madison.
Yeah.
How long until you have to go back home?
We still have a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
I think a couple more, like 2.5 weeks left. So.
And Casman is with you.
Camden, yeah.
Camden. Man, I'm not prepared.
Don't worry, you're so
You're
prepared.
very prepared, yeah.
Like, really prepared.
Camden. It's Camden.
Yeah, they're here with us for 5 shows.
They're with you for 5.
And
Okay.
They're old friends of mine, so I'm really excited to see
That's
them.
nice.
Yeah. From Nashville.
So, guys, this was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words you'd like to say to people before we end this?
Just, I know the world's really crazy right now, but just try to hold on to each other and be kind, and yeah, just look out for your friends, and yeah, send love, I guess. Yeah.
There we go. Keep music alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Tummyache, so much for being with me. I hope you guys have a great show tonight. We'll see you in the next interview.
Thanks for having me.